about sharing. So I'm going to just get on past that. And let me just tell y'all what I'm thinking. In 2019, I was on life support, 30% brain function. I still have issues with my short term memory to this day. Sometimes my long term memory too. It just depends. It is getting better, but it has taken a lot of time and it does affect everything about my life, including the things that I can do professionally. And so people don't understand if they don't really go through memory loss or experiencing something like that. But now also the hardest thing also to accept is the friend of let me just start off telling y'all what's going on. I had a friend, and this friend's family set me up. This friend's family's friends basically gave me fentanyl instead of coke, and they sold both. So they understood the difference. And this is back when I was doing drugs. Now I don't even smoke cigarettes. I don't do anything. Um, it may be on blue occasion that I drink. but but with that being said, when that happened, um, they drove around. From what the hospital tells me, they picked me up. I don't know how these girls picked me up and put me in the passenger seat, but they picked me up, put me in the passenger seat, and they drove my truck around for 3 hours before they even took me to the hospital. And I never really got closure out of that situation. I never got an understanding out of that situation when my former friend took me to his aunt's house. I guess it was to have a conversation about everything. But for me, it was too soon. So I didn't really ask the questions that I had at that time. And also, I was a little bit nervous about asking those questions because I was riding with him and it was in a not so great part of town. And I remember thinking to myself, now if anything go down or anything is weird, like, it's just me. Like, because I couldn't say it was, well, my bro gonna have my back or nothing like that. Because I don't, I didn't know why I didn't trust him. For a lot of y'all are gonna say for obvious reasons, yeah. But at the time, I wasn't assuming that he knew anything about that, and he's claimed to have not known anything about that. But I don't even know how much of that I believe. And I only started having some doubts in my mind when he started acting funny with me recently, which was like within the past year or two. He said some things and did some things that were just not cool, that were not brotherly, that were not friendly, that were not. I wouldn't even associate with the person who said and did the things that he said and did this year. And it made me wonder if either he knew before it happened, or if even if he didn't know, what changed all of a sudden that he would speak to me and treat me the way that he was treating me and speaking to me. And, one thing I found to be true is have the hard conversations with your friends. If you have questions about their intentions, if you have questions about their motives, ask them. I don't care how scary it is. It's far more scary for you to live with not knowing and to live with, connecting with them with always this thought in your mind of, well, what if they did know something about that? What if it was true? What if, like, mind you, I almost died. So of course I'm going to be a little bit distrusting, but I should, looking back on it, I wish that I could have been more vocal and more verbal about not trusting and not in the questions that I had. I wish that I would have asked. So, I thank God for sobriety. I thank God for being able to say, you know what, I deserve better than the life that I was providing myself, or the social relationships and dynamics that I was providing myself, or the I'm better than what that storyline was. And that's why that storyline almost cost me my life. Because when you don't love you and you don't value you the way that you should, people come in, rob right in and take advantage of that. Now, I'm not going to name this man by name, but what I am going to say is that it's taken everything in me not to. And other than the respect that I still have for what the dynamic used to be, that's the only reason that I'm not naming his name. So I feel like I should, but I'm not going to today. But I just wanted to share that story with some folks that maybe you're out here and you got folks that you've been wondering about, or folks that have mistreated you, or folks that have fucked you around, or folks that have done some questionable stuff in regards to you, or made you feel unsafe, or made you feel like they're not the friend that you thought they were, or anything like that. It's time to hold yourself accountable and say, you know what? I'm not going to be bothered with that because I deserve better. I don't know what to do with this net. A net is up in here, and I'm telling you, they wear me out. Anyway, I just want you guys to think on that today. And I've said all I need to say. So I'm going to chit-chat at y'all later, but I figured I would share that with you for somebody that may need to hear it. And today will be the day you make it.